be a star, something be a star, yeah. That's kind of how it went.
It's so catchy, you can't remember most of it.
Where you something, where you are.
Be a star. Life smize.
What the hell is schmize?
Smize is smiling with your eyes.
Lord, something's Tyra done did it again.
Tyra's so great, yeah, Tyra's so awesome. Tyra's a star.
I don't get it.
So in honor of America's Next Top Model's cancellation.
No. Canceled in the house.
Canceled in the house. We are reviewing Life Size, which is, of course, as everyone knows, the Disney Channel movie starring Tyra Banks as a doll who comes to life.
And she's pushing for Life Smize too.
She is, currently. When was this? This was 2000 something or 1999? It doesn't say on there.
Should've checked it out first. Okay, keep all of this.
So, Life Size came out in 2000, as we clearly knew before we started recording. It was 2000, so this was 15, nearly 16 years ago. And Tyra Banks is pushing for it, because she's got a lot of free time now, with the show being canceled. But at least they went out on a high note.
There's so much left untold in the life-size world, so I really need to see what happened after the stupid doll comes back again.
I really hope they get Lindsay Lohan back now for this. Like, oh no, I gotta bring back another
one.
I gotta bring back another relative. Let me just get the Book of the Dead out and do this. I love it. It's a Disney movie that includes a child trying to resurrect the dead.
Discount Necronomicon.
Yeah, getting discount Necronomicon to raise the dead.
Fuck's sakes.
For a Barbie movie.
I love, like, there's a lot of pretty strange implications going on here that they really glance over, like the fact, she's so desperate to bring back her mom. She goes through, tries the dark arts, tries to resurrect her, and it's just like, okay, so she seriously has some serious issues about her mother's death. We're not going to really talk about it too much.
They talk about her going to therapy, but then it's like, oh, a doll coming to life fixed all her problems. I guess she's fine now.
Because the doll made her miserable first, but then she talked some common sense. And that was what really changed her life.
Remember what Dr. Jacobs said about accepting reality?
Yeah, he's a quack and has really bad breath. What does he know?
So, Lindsay Lohan is the main little girl in this, and her mother dies of car canceritis. And she decides she's going to bring her back to life with the Book of the Dead. And the world's strangest woman shows up and changes all that. Like the dad's... She just worked with him, right? She was like a partner.
But they, I don't know, I guess they kind of flirted around with each other.
Yeah, it's like the dad's sort of love interest. They don't really get together at the end, but it's implied.
Well, they do kind of at the end.
It's kind of implied. But anyway, she's there to be generic love interest, and she gets Lindsay Lohan's character a doll, and she doesn't play with dolls.
She's super into, not Lindsay Lohan, but this woman. She's like, OMG, look at this stupid fucking doll. Even comes with a certificate. I am gonna orgasm. You just sit there with your doll. No, I'm gonna take it with me.
You know, the most unrealistic thing is that she opened that and immediately took the doll out. It's like, if this was a Barbie, there would be a million twisty ties, the hair tied in, tape. You wouldn't be able to get that out just like, whoop.
I just experienced that not too long ago, opening those shitters. That was a lot of fun. It's like, oh, look, they even sewed her hair into the box. Like, why is her hair sewed in the fucking box?
Well, she was lucky she didn't get a Mitch Buchanan doll, bring that to life. It would have been a much different movie.
Mitch was fucking easy. That's not official Barbie.
You know what really happened in the movie, though? She just opened it and played with it for herself, and she was secondhand.
That's why it came out. Fucking hell. Fucking Barbies. Fucking Steffi Love. Fuck all those things. Dude, you need to spend like 30 minutes opening this.
Yeah, she's a real piece of
art.
She gives the doll to her for her birthday, and she doesn't like it because she's a girl who plays football. She doesn't like dolls. She's a football girl.
Yeah, I love they do that thing, where she's all up in the gear, and that's like, dude, A girl plays football.
This
was unexpected.
And she's got a bad attitude. She calls that kid Wienerhead, and that gets her kicked out of the game. You're benched for calling him Wienerhead.
You're my star player, but damn it, you can't be saying Wienerhead around here. I've never heard such language out there on the field.
Wow, really sensitive coach.
Get a life, Wienerhead.
And she puts the doll aside because she's gonna resurrect the dead, of course, with this book that she stole. Be a star, resurrect the dead. I love that it would have worked.
We'll come back as a zombie.
Yeah, I love that it would have worked if not for this strange woman who comes in, she wrecks her room.
Yeah, let me see this.
How do things work? When Lindsay Lohan goes to like collect her stuff, the woman's just like, oh, the doll's messed up. Let me just brush it with this brush here. Like a creepo, which gets the doll's hair on the brush, which was the mom's brush. Which makes me think, if whatever is on the brush comes to life, is she like an amalgam of her mom and her? Like, would it have been like The Fly? Like, she comes out fused together, like...
Still like that Lindsay Lohan didn't notice that black doll hair mixed in with her mother's blonde hair. It was easy to miss.
She is the world's worst spellcaster.
It's also a nice shitty doll. I can't believe Tyra would sell a product that was shitty. That's so unlike her.
Sign me up! Oh, yeah!
Hey guys, let me recommend a good career opportunity. Become beauty-tainers. You could get Tyra some bank signs. You be booty toochin' all over the place. Smell her fears.
Smell my fears.
Pot lead 'em.
Come on, show 'em what being a pot leader's all about.
Some serious pot leading going on in her mind.
Someone was smoking some pot when they wrote this.
Smoking some pot leading.
Some pot lead 'em.
I call it pot leading. It's later.
The pot lead 'em will be in Super Smize 2. Life Smize 2.
Yeah. Life Smize 2, the pot leading.
Super smize. Super smize. Super smize. Smize!
It's a gritty reboot. Eve went down a dark path.
Eve with tooch pads. Uh-oh.
Get out.
That's part of what she does. She tries to make Lohan wear tooch pads, and then Lohan says no, and she's like, "You've made me so mad, I've remembered that there's numbers lower than 6.
She goes, how dare you! I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you!
I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! How dare you!
This movie tries to present that, like, Barbies, or the Barbie equivalent, which the Barbie equivalent is Eve, which is the Tyra Banks doll in this. They like to present that it's somehow like a dying toy that kids don't like anymore.
They want microchips these days. Let's be realistic.
I don't want a doll. I want something with microchips.
Actual fucking line.
I want microchip meal.
I want microchips. That's how the kids talk.
Like when you
Even
need,
back then, that's how they talked.
yeah, when you need like microchips of some sort for like the talking mechanism that she has. I mean,
some
that's sort of
electronics
basic.
and-
Yeah.
Let's go to the mall. You're my special friend.
But I mean, there's probably Eve dolls that didn't talk, so those were garbage.
Garbage.
No, kids were just not into dolls anymore. Dead. That's why you don't see Barbies on the shelves anymore.
I'm surprised Tyra has not made a doll of herself. Like, if she has, let us know, and I'm sure you will, whether I asked or not. But we looked it up, we tried to look it up, and we didn't find anything about it. But that seems like something Tyra Banks would do.
Yeah, especially after this.
You know, that's the kind of the great thing about this movie when you watch it. If you're familiar with Tyra Banks at all, it's pretty much her. It's pretty much like, I'm a star, I can do anything, Tyra's great, I don't understand what bad business practices are. I was educated at Harvard. Oh, yeah, sure, Eve, you were? Yeah, I worked on the space shuttle. Yeah, sure, Tyra, you did. And I went to Harvard Business School.
Same credentials.
Pretty much. Like, this is her at Harvard. I got a business degree.
I'm a star.
The movie is so inconsistent with what she knows or what she doesn't, because she comes to life and then she's just like, I did all of these things. I was a police officer. I was a doctor.
First, she doesn't even know how to walk.
Yeah, but then all
she gets out of the bed and falls.
Yeah. So sometimes she knows things and sometimes she doesn't, just depending on what they think is funniest. Spoiler, none of it is.
It gets kind of annoying. She's like, what? Why does she know how to do this, but she doesn't know how to do other common sense things? Like, and she goes, like at one point she starts to dance with the dad, and it's like, all right, let's start. Oh, steps on his foot. But I'm supposed to be the greatest dancer ever. Oh, just listen to the music. Suddenly she can dance fucking around everything. Like, oh, he just needed to remind her she had to listen to the music to be the best dancer ever.
Mm-hmm. But then they got the great scene where she sings the Eve theme, the Be a Star theme, and gets all the lawyers dancing.
Not as good as at the end when they just do it for no reason. Be my dad, be my dad, in the sweater, be the dad, and don't forget Buddy from work.
I wish that they had released tie-in dolls, and one of them was Dad.
Yeah.
Dad from Life
Buddy
Spies.
from work.
Yeah, and Buddy from
Girl
work.
who just needed makeup.
Yeah. There's a woman at his work. He hires... Okay, there's sort of a story behind this, but okay, so Eve saves the little girl from being run over by a truck because she's running away
After she's made it abundantly clear she hates her.
Yeah.
It's like, I wanted my mom back, not you.
Most of the movie, she just hates her and is wanting to destroy her.
She directly says that. It's like, your days are numbered, literally.
Your days are numbered. Literally.
She fucking wants her dead. She's like, I don't care if you're in like a new life I brought into this world. I'm gonna bring you out of it.
I made you and I'm gonna break you. So she saves the little girl from being hit by a truck, and the dad's like, oh, thank you. And through a bunch of conversation and things that we don't really have to cover, she ends up staying at their place, and the dad hires her on to be a receptionist at his law firm that he works at. Because you don't have to have any credentials or real identity or anything to work here, apparently, because all she says are blatant lies, but she's hired on anyway.
Last 3 jobs: NASA payload specialist, policewoman Sunnyvale PD, and doctor Sunnyvale Hospital.
She definitely has a vivid imagination.
And she keeps screwing up, and there's this woman that works there who's clearly there just for a makeover. Like, it's like, I got big shoulder pads and I don't wear makeup. I guess I'm ugly. Whoa, makeup!
She's just
beautiful.
apparently hunching over too, because as soon as she does the makeup, her shoulders are like lower.
Yeah, she doesn't like walk around like a hunchback. I'm a goblin. Oh no, I'm a normal person.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just wear a little bit of makeup and start smiling? Oh!
Well, thank God that she was moderately attractive anyway. Otherwise, like, Eve wouldn't be able to do anything. They had, like, after that scene where they're dancing, she's like, did you see that big lady dancing? Oh, she's a role model for everyone except for lightly heavy people.
Can't have fat Barbies.
There's no fat Barbies. Role models only for marginally attractive people who could put on makeup.
But, like, she knew how to put makeup on properly, but she didn't know how to dress herself earlier.
Dress me. That does it. I'm out of here.
She goes, oh, can you dress me to Lindsay Lohan? She's like, ugh. And then I guess she does.
Yeah, the implication is that she does dress her.
And I like that the dad shows up too, so he knows Lindsay Lohan, his daughter is dressing her. Like, what the fuck is that? And they do the stupid montage thing of her coming out in different outfits, like,
C'est la vie!
I'm spending up your dad's credit cards! You'll go into debt with all my designer clothes!
Yeah, he offers to pay for her clothes, and then she, with the implications that she would pay him back, but she doesn't, so he spends all of this money on all of these designer clothes for her. Those can't be cheap.
No, she made it back with that 1 day, half day or whatever she actually worked as a secretary. Where she typed and tried to delete everything.
Yeah, she's lucky the guy came over and undeleted it, or she could have, like, ruined a lot of jobs there.
She's almost destroying us over there, but look how cute she is.
She's eccentric. I like the bit where she's messing everything up in the copying room, and then the ugly duckling lady comes in, And she has this oddly existential moment where she's just like, "You're not gonna throw me away, are you?" Like, she thinks they're literally just gonna throw her in the garbage if she does poorly.
You're not gonna throw me away, are you?
Well, you know, that's what dolls think.
I guess that's what happens. Like, oh, look, you were not the perfect NASA employee. Out.
Yeah. That's another weird thing about, like, what she knows and what she doesn't. It's like she has vague knowledge of every occupation the doll apparently has ever had. So she's like a basic one that came in a dress. It's like, I know some little bit of everything, but nothing to actually do them, apparently.
I don't
Doesn't
know.
make sense.
Not a lot of it makes sense. Like, especially the ending. That's really where it sort of falls apart, where the rules sort of like, I don't really know. She sees a commercial that the doll line is being canceled. And so she's like, oh no, now I have to go back.
Yeah, she wants to hang on to her life first. Like, she actually, comes back at Lohan a few times. Like, no, I want to be alive. Da da da.
They have a 4-day window basically to reverse this and turn her back.
Yeah, the discount Necronomicon has a few weird rules, and it's like 1 per customer. You can only bring back 1 person. If you fuck it up, well, there it goes. You bring back a doll, you're screwed. Lohan could get her dad to try out a little Necronomicon, bring the mom back.
I love that it would have worked if not for the stupid woman brushing the doll's hair. So why don't they just get... The dad knows by the end that it worked because he finds out that it was a doll.
Yeah,
he's very accepting of this, by the way.
Yeah.
And then,
after his little speech of how your mom died so pointlessly and without reason, you think you'd want to go try it.
I love too, like, she's like, you think everything happens for a reason? And he just goes, well,
no.
Sometimes things just happen. So he was basically saying, no.
Yeah. Your mom's death was empty and pointless.
It was empty and pointless.
Dad, does everything happen for a reason?
Sometimes things just happen, sweetheart.
And so it would have worked. Honestly, they had the book, and it was incredibly cheap for something that could raise the dead.
Yeah, it's only $150
is a small price to pay to raise the dead.
This stupid moron dad just made Partner. I'm sure he can afford it in his fucking mansion house.
So he could have brought the mom back to life, but he didn't.
Oh well, say la vie!
Well, because he was really into that other lady because he was immediately just going to get with Eve anyway.
Yeah. It's like, I really want to fuck this sex doll here. But, oh well, she's plastic again. I can't stick my dick in that, so let's get together, I guess.
Yeah, but I love when Eve decides she's got to go back to the doll world because she thinks she is going to be able to save her line if one more doll goes back. And somehow it works because she has a different hairstyle. They're like, oh, it's new and improved. Like, these people with this doll that was apparently so huge at one point can't figure out that you have to update it for the times.
And there's this one stupid shopkeeper who seems like this is her entire store is based on the stupid Eve doll. She's like, oh, those kids and their computer chips, they don't want the dolls no more. It's like, you have a toy store. Sell the stupid computer chip toys then.
Yeah, that's just a bad business model.
Yeah, fucking idiot. Oh no, I'm going to sell this doll, and if they don't sell well, I'm going to close shop.
I'm not going to sell things people want at this store.
I think the big thing was they started sticking a little E in every Eve doll.
Little E?
Ecstasy.
Oh.
Besides her hairstyle, stupid thing, like, Barbie never's introduced different hairstyles for her over the years. That's a completely new move of doll makers. Eve also implied before she turned back into a doll, like, she's gonna take her new knowledge back with her.
Yeah,
like,
so
that's gonna save the toy line.
Like, is this implying the dolls are sentient without the people making it? Like, the dolls are in charge?
That doesn't make any sense. She's gonna turn into a doll. You're not gonna tell anyone shit. You're gonna turn back into a doll and sit there as a lump of plastic, you fucking moron.
She was pretty stupid. We gotta be honest.
Until she remembered that one time she, was common sense Eve and she had that talk. She didn't remember any of that first. She's completely airheaded moron. But then she's like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just, open up to people and blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Anyway.
where the fuck is this? Why would she know any of this? She sure as fuck didn't know that when she first came alive.
Anyway, I'm gonna go burn your house down.
Yeah.
Spell that common sense.
Common
out.
sense anyway.
Well, at least she solved all of their problems.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
By being annoying, pissing Lohan off.
Yeah, but then they became friends because she nearly burned her house down.
Yeah, and then her dad went to her football game, which gave her the courage to lose.
Yeah. The lesson was you
that
can't
you're
be the
really
best at
stupid
everything.
and you're gonna lose your job if you walk out on a big meeting because the Super Bowl for 7th graders is going on.
10 minutes ago, the Super Bowl of 7th grade started.
He decides to do this when they're having this big thing about him becoming a partner, and there's like, this is the perfect time to walk out on the job. Because, it's always the perfect timing thing where these things are going on at the same time.
Okay, he walks out for the Super Bowl for 7th graders, and he hired on that stupid woman that nearly deleted all of their files. Like, I don't know
why is he so good if this is who he hires?
Yeah, if this is who he hires, why is he up for partnership anyway? This is the world's worst law firm.
Oh, too, when he walks out, Buddy from work and his sort of love interest, like, yeah. Like, what? He's gonna screw this up for all of us. Yeah!
They're excited because then maybe one of them will get the promotion over him. That's why they wanted him to leave. They really hate him.
Yeah. It's like, well, he's gone, so either of you want it. But no, that's not how it works in Magic Fairy Smy's land. Of course, he still makes partner. Because be a star!
Yeah, like she turns back into the doll because she did the spell herself. Why not? And I don't even know, like here's what doesn't make sense to me.
She can't read either, by the way.
She can't read, but she can do other things. But she cannot read, they've established this. Read or write. And there's a volume 2 that has the reversal spell. So she gets the book, and then she leaves a message for them that says, like, I found someone to read this for me, and I'm going home. So that implies that someone, they don't say who, read this spell to her, but that wasn't completing the spell somehow, even though it would make sense if only Lindsay Lohan could do it. But Eve does it. So someone read the spell to her, but it didn't work until she read the spell while she was hanging out with the other dolls. And she becomes a doll. But then in the end they do a music video and she's still a person. Be the dad.
Yeah. Why is this happening? Who cares? What the fuck? Go fuck yourself.
That was an amazing ending to that movie.
They really did some neck movements like an owl elephant.
1, 2, 3. Woo. When you do the giraffe, I think that's your go-to. Bite the tree.
That was owl, horse, chooch, neck.
Anyway, don't use your jargon with Tyra. She speaks in real terms like whatever the fuck that was. I don't want you hoochie toochin'. Tooch it right! Tooch! What the fuck am I saying?
Remember to smize. Super Smize says...
Smooch! Smooch! It smize your tooch! What the fuck?
How dare you make fun of her language? She was rooting for you. They were all rooting for you.
Oh no! Be a star, be a star.
Be a Mitch.
Get me a burger, get me a burger.
But if he came to life, he really could do everything. Because Mitch Buchanan fails at nothing. If you want to see more great Tyra Banks, you should watch Halloween Resurrection. The greatest Halloween movie ever made.
Hot lead-em. Top model backwards. Include it in your song.
Everyone, you could be a beauty-tainer.
You can go to Model Land in hell with the doll, which is where she went back to at the end.
Work the hallway like a runway. Work the hallway like a runway. No, 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 no. Wait, we didn't say if we recommended it or not.
something with microchips.